Hi, my name is Thais Gibson, and I'm the creator of the Personal Development School. This is your daily breakthrough video, and in this video, I want to talk to you about what to do if your partner is pulling away in a romantic relationship. And of course, this can be applied to somebody who you're just dating, who's not necessarily in a relationship with you. Maybe you're getting to know, but ideally, because of like the vulnerability and just the openness and health of the communication in this, you ideally want this to be like in a more romantic relationship. I'll give you a variation of it for somebody that you're seeing that you're sort of new to a relationship with. So number one is to identify what you need. Part of why we have emotional pain in a situation when someone pulls away from us is because it triggers the detachment from a need that we have. Like it makes us feel like, oh, the need's not going to get met if this person's not here meeting it. And our subconscious mind elicits a painful response because our subconscious mind is designed to help us survive. It's designed to help us get our needs met. And so if we have a need being taken away, it's going to elicit some pain as a warning sign, as a feedback mechanism to help us address that. And when we address it subconsciously and on autopilot, we tend to do all sorts of funny things to get our needs met. And these are usually because we have all these adaptations from childhood, right? So if as a child, when you tried to speak up and get your needs met and communicate, you didn't have the words, you didn't have the emotional literacy, you didn't know how to communicate, you didn't know what your needs were. Perhaps you were in a situation where your needs often got rejected or denied because you had unhealthy caregivers. Then you're in a position where your subconscious has been programmed that that's how needs work, and that's your relationship to your needs. So what will often happen is you live out in your adult life your relationship to your needs as if you were in the place that you were in childhood. So if you got rejected in childhood in regards to your needs, you're assuming rejection in your adult life in regards to your needs, when that's usually not the case, especially as adults when we initiate healthy communication and we have our own autonomy and dominion to express ourselves. So step one means identify your needs. Usually we don't even know that this is a part of resolving this problem. And figure out, what are you needing? Do you need quality time? Do you need encouragement? Do you need reassurance? Do you need support? Do you need a really nice date night together for that quality time? What does it look like specifically is step number two. Okay, so quality time, it's a date night at this restaurant, at this movie theater, whatever it might be. Then we look at how to actually communicate these things in a positive and healthy form. And we always want to start here first. So if somebody's pulling away and you notice it, and you may identify, okay, you know what, I'm feeling like my need for confidence in the relationship is being taken away, and certainty. And I'm also feeling like my need for quality time is being taken away. Okay, so how can I express this in a positive form? Well, I can ask for quality time. I can ask for some transparency as to what's going on. And I could even ask for a little bit of reassurance. Now, you may not do this, for example, if you're on like your first date, right? Or second date with somebody. But if you're in a long-term committed relationship, you should be having these conversations regularly. The more vulnerable and open and transparent we are about this kind of stuff, the more someone else who's a human being and also needs their needs to be met and is wired in similar ways, they're going to want to participate. And there's this deep innate desire we have to be able to effectively communicate ourselves to others and to be understood. And so often what you'll find is just introducing these habits of communication into your relationships often allows somebody space to follow suit. Okay. So you would say, for example, hey, I'm really missing our quality time together. I would love if we could have a date night this Friday at this restaurant, right? So you communicate the need, you're really specific. And then you might say, and you know what, I'm needing some transparency. Like, are we good? What's going on with you? I'd love just some like reassurance or understanding if you're feeling overwhelmed in life, or what's coming out of like your side of the relationship right now. So you express the needs in a healthy, optimistic, positive way that's also open and vulnerable. And of course, you can tweak this depending on like what your relationship is like and the status of it. Of course, if you're just dating somebody and getting to know them, you may say, hey, I'd love for us to have a date night at this place on XYZ time or at XYZ restaurant. So you can communicate it, with less like detail and less vulnerability and depth, I think is the word I'm looking for, less depth in the way you communicate, depending on where you're at in the relationship. And of course, if somebody's not really investing back in you in the dating stage of a relationship, don't do this often. Like if you're always the one planning, initiating all the time and the other person's barely showing up, that's a different problem we're talking about here. But when you're in a dynamic where your partner's pulling away, usually what you're going to find is happening is that somebody doesn't know your needs. They have different subconscious beliefs, different subconscious expectations than you do. And they may not even realize there's a disconnect. You may have a really high need for emotional connection, and maybe they have a lower need for emotional connection. And so you're going to really feel when there's a disconnect earlier on. That doesn't make them love or care for you less. That means there's just a difference in how we perceive things and how big our buckets are around what needs we want to get met. So communicate, show up, have those conversations. And another reason you'll find that people are pulling away is maybe they have an unresolved hurt. Maybe they're holding something in. So opening that dialogue and saying like, what's going on? What's happening from your end of the relationship? Has something taken place? And just opening it, introducing it vulnerably and asking. It's scary, but this is the roadmap or the pathway to healthier relationships and healthier conversation. So just in review here. And by the way, if you want to do a way deeper dive into this stuff for free for 7 days, you can check out our conflict resolution course inside PDS. You can click the link in the description box below. It has all these steps and so many more. And we even have a communication scripts course in there that you can use. And it has like different potential situations. I think there's like 60 different situations. I break them down by attachment style. So like an anxious, preoccupied, fearing, abandonment, there's actually a script you can use for that situation. And we have 60 different ones or so about all different types of situations. So you can check that course out as well. Again, for free by clicking the link in the description box below. Now, in review here, you're number one, identifying the need. Number two, figuring out how to communicate that need in a positive form. And number three, putting detail in there, not just, I want more quality time. Let's go to this restaurant on Friday, right? So then you're painting the picture of what that looks like. And then you're opening the conversation in any vulnerable way that's necessary. Really important steps you can take, really valuable for moving beyond the power struggle stage of any relationship. I hope this makes a lot of sense. Thank you for joining me here. Thank you for being a part of our community here at the Personal Development School's YouTube channel. I love that you guys are all here sharing and commenting and supporting one another. So thank you. And I will see you guys in the next video.